Both teams in their places and ready to go. It's going to be a massive game. Good crowd packed into the house for this one too. Welcome to Shenzhen in China for the Game 2 of the 2025 FIBA Women's Asia Cup. It's Australia up against the Philippines. And it's so good we're going to have a second tip-off. George up against Anumam. Now things get underway. A great tap from George to get things going for the Opals. Reed back to George. George captaining Australia in this Asia Cup. What a privilege that is. Blitzals gets the scoring going. Philippines off and running. Panganiban, this will be a great start. George collects the missed shot. Blitzals is coming off a long injury with her back. Great to see her opening the scoring for her team. George, for her start.
That's just a trademark Kayla George shot. Catch it, have a look around, shoot it. Nice finish.
Azar to Panganiban. Anumam. We pointed her out as one that needs big minutes, and she needs those shots to drop too. Blitzals bringing it down for Australia. To George. Fowler. Reed looks at the three and knocks it down. What a hot start this is from the Opals.
Really great kickback to Steph Reed, who had risen out of the corner. Good positioning. Nice finish by Steph Reed.
Anumam now. Philippines need to respond. Anumam thinks about going herself, then gives it to De Jesus. You know she's capable of making those sort of shots. Reed eyes all the way up ahead to Borlase. Beautiful pass, Champagne basketball.
Great running up the floor, the lane by Izzy Borlase. She was streaming down there. Perfect pass, catch and finish.
Azar to Panganiban. Anumam. Drives in. George right there with her. Reed looks for Borlase once again and then just decides to settle. Fowler in the corner. What a great start to her campaign, and what a great start for the Opals. Early timeout called. A double-digit lead for Australia.
Well, they couldn't want much better of a start than that. You can see the energy in them, the way they're running the floors, and we're able to moving the ball really crisply to find the open shooters. And aren't they shooting the ball well right now?
A 12-0 start for the Opals and forced Patrick Aquino to call an early timeout in this game. A lot of shots have gone down for the Opals. Last time they played the Philippines, it was a 71-point win in their favor, so the Philippines will be hoping for a different result. Let's head into their timeout now.
Getting the ball in here. Where's my movement here? On the weak side. Nothing. You should do backdoor. You should do curl. You should do top out. You gotta do all those things. You gotta do all the defense. You gotta put your hands up.
Well, I'll tell you, I think that timeout, well, obviously you want to stop the momentum of a 12-0 run, but he just needs to settle his charges down and just remind them of the things that they do well, the type of style that they want to play. They've got to be more active defensively. Australia were just able to kick that ball around the perimeter too easily, but they were playing at such pace, the Opals.
5 from 5 from the field. They have not missed. And as a result, it leads to a 12-0 start for this game. Pastrana driving. Wanted to find Azar, but Fowler spotted it away. So even defensively, they're having a good run, the Opals. Anumam. Panganiban. De Jesus loves this corner and lets it go down.
What a well-executed play out of that timeout. just some good screening action that saw De Jesus just coming off nicely, set her feet, nothing but net.
George has a mismatch, and then Arimam helps out off the foot. So they are a much taller lineup, Australia.
Yes.
So that's another thing that Philippines have got to contend with.
There's lots of mismatches out there, and that's where you have to just play almost scrappy defense. A lot of help, a lot of just switches, being aggressive.
Reed, good quick step and good finish. We know she captained the Opals at the Trans-Tasman Series, and she's got a good start to this game tonight. 5 points. Panganiban to De Jesus, the only scorer for the Philippines so far. Steps back on Reed, and she is getting going.
That's a bit of a battle in there. That's a nice, Steph Reed's trying to play good defense there, but De Jesus just got the better of her.
Fowler confronted under the rim. Six from 6 for the field for Australia. Philippines have had a bit of trouble. De Jesus has got the going though. Boulay fouling on that occasion. We're going to see the first set of subs here for the Opals. So welcome to the floor, Courtney Woods, Chloe Bibby and Zatina Rakuzo. Chloe Bibby, the only Australian player in this lineup who played in the 2023 edition of the Asia Cup in Sydney. Scored 11 points against the Philippines in that edition. De Jesus. Panganiban. Crossing over on Woods. Ozar blocked by Fowler. Again, the height causing a bit of trouble out there for the Philippines. Fowler feeling good. Panganiban. Shot clock ticks down to 1, so she's got to shoot it, and she scores it. Great awareness.
Really good recognition. You could hear off the bench her teammates telling her the clock was ticking down and just pulled up on a dime.
Woods. Back to Akuzo, but Arimam just quicker to it. Panganiban. Can she go back to back? Pulls up. Tough make. What a shot from the 19-year-old.
Well, that pull-up jumper's looking good for her.
Excellent response from the Philippines out of the timeout. A 6-0 run since Patrick Aquino called them in. Akuzo just getting caught up.
You can see Abby Ellis has come on the court replacing Steph Reed.
Late in to this one, wasn't she? So
Yes.
we had Maddie Rochi get injured, and then Abby Ellis got her opportunity. So fantastic. Thoughts with Maddie Rochi, of course, though. I know she would have loved to have been here. De Jesus, one of the stars of the Philippines lineup. She had such a good 2023 tournament, 12.8 points per game. Now let's look at first start as point guard. Woods finding some space. De Jesus right there with her.
Good active hands by the Philippines, just to, as Woods is very crafty at scoring those sort of baskets, but just be able to get the hands in, and you can see there just the timing of that by De Jesus.
So first sub for the Philippines, Azar's going to come off, and De La Rosa on for her first minutes. She adds some much needed height to this Philippines lineup. Love the look of her in practice.
Yeah, she's long, she's athletic, moves really well.
So over halfway through in the first term. It's a hot start by Australia. Philippines have got right back into this one. A great move from Arimam. Couldn't quite finish it off. It still stays with the Philippines. Pastrana for the three. Woods to Fowler. Has Alice, who has Bibby. Has the corner. Can't drop the shot. Pastrana looks for Animam. And why wouldn't you? Just hasn't quite get her shots to drop tonight. Bibby strong on the boards. So the Aussies just making a few little errors. A trouble there on that occasion from Chloe Bibby.
Mia Sowa enters the game for her first minutes, as does Castillo and Sugapong.
So Pastrana takes a seat. Animam to Sugapong. De Jesus. Got knocked away from her. She remained composed. The shot clock, though, was ticking, so it added extra pressure. Soa to Ellis. Uses her pace, dishes it to Akuso. Great finish.
Really nice find by Abby Alice as she drove in. She saw that Akuso was wide open under the basket. Just a nice little loop pass.
De La Rosa. Animam. She's had a great battle with Akuso so far. Akuso gets the rebound and wins out. Ellis, Bibby, corner three, drains it!
So that pick and pop action, the likes of Chloe Bibby can shoot that three, can nail that, so they've really got to make sure they take care of business.
De La Rosa now. Animam. Sugapong. Just rattles out. Soa off and running. We know how prolific of a scorer she is. Woods, good drive. Great tough finish. One more to come for Courtney Woods.
That was tough by Courtney Woods. You can see here on the replay that she was getting banged as she took that shot, but was able to finish strongly, and now she goes to the foul line.
Great quarter three there from Chloe Bibby. What a year she's had. MVP in 2 leagues in Europe, Spanish League and the Polish League. Of course, has experience in Asia Cup from 2023.
Really didn't play a lot in those games, and then her career has just taken off as she's been playing overseas.
Akuso now kicks it out to Woods. Bibby again, and gets the finish once again.
That's the thing about Chloe Bibby, is she certainly has the three-point range and likes to take that shot, but equally she's strong and she can go and put herself inside and finish those shots. But what a nice little pull-up jumper by Sugapong. Good answer.
22 plays 11. Akuso now, strong take off to the free throw line. That's what you know Akuso is going to deliver, a lot of physicality.
Well, you can just see the height difference in virtually every position on the court at the moment, and that's why Australia need to be taking that ball inside and taking advantage of it.
Akuso's had some great experience playing in Turkey. She'll return to Australia for the local competition next season. She gets to come back after representing her national team as well. It's the second one as well. So she'll come off for a little break, and for the first time in Australia colours, Isabel Bourne enters the floor. What a moment for her. Sarada also out there for the Philippines. Sugapong. She's got 2 points to her name. De La Rosa It'll be an Australia ball. Ellis to bring it down. Bibi's had the hot start. Gets it here. Soa in the corner. She loves that shot. And she makes it on the biggest stage. Fajardo on. Offensive foul. So the Opals clawing their way back into a big lead again after the Philippines responded from their timeout. You can see the offensive foul there on your screen. Ellis to Bibi. Kicks it back out to Woods. And look at all those big bodies under the rim for the rebound for the Opals. Bibi up against three, has to kick it out. Soa, great step, great finish.
You can see some of her 3x3 skills coming in there. She represented Australia at the recent FIBA World Cup.
Castillo lights it up from long range.
That was a much needed basket as the clock is ticking down in this first quarter.
30 seconds left. Soa can't handle it. 29 plays 14. It's been a hot start for Australia. Philippines have had their moments. They just need to string together a bit more consistency. Sugapong swatted away from Soa.
Just the indecision of whether she was going to shoot it herself or make that pass, and Australia was able to capitalize on that.
Shot clock's off. Woods finds a way through. Thought about waiting for the last shot, but just took her opportunity. And now the Philippines have a chance for the final shot. Sugapong, the tough shot, doesn't go down. All credit to Australia. It's been all the Opals so far. As they run back to their benches full of energy. At the end of the first quarter, it's Australia 31, leading the Philippines 14. So it was a 12-0 start from Australia, Laurie, and it prompted the Philippines to call a timeout. They got their game going, but it's so hard to play against a team that shot 10 from 10 from two-point range.
Well, that's quite an incredible, but you have to take into account there are being some mismatches, but still you need to finish those shots, and they've done that very well, Australia. The thing I like the most about Australia right now, besides their great scoring ability, but is their defensive pressure. Their hands are so active, making it really difficult for the Philippines to pass it cleanly, to make any sort of movement, dribble penetration themselves. They are just playing smothering defense. And that's given them the opportunity then to get out and run and get some easy baskets as well. So right now the ascendancy is totally with Australia.
And it's been a really even scoring chart for Australia. Good, Soa with 5, Reed with 5, Akuza with 4, and Woods with 4 as well. So there hasn't been a real standout. And then for the Philippines, the highest scorer there is De Jesus with 5, which we expected to see, given her dominance in recent years for the Philippines team.
And I think the Philippines are going to have to continue with the pull-up jump shot. So if they can get, you know, because they haven't had many looks from the three-point line, but if they can get by that first line of defense, they pretty well need to pull up because there's just a massive height difference between them, and Australia's defense is just standing up tall. So pull-up jumper is good for them.
We'll see what they come out with in this second quarter. They need an improvement, the Philippines. Of course, they'd love to stay in Division A. They've got the hosting rights for the next Asia Cup, which is super exciting in 2027. So they'd be super excited about the prospect of that, but they've got business to handle here today.
Well, that's it. With that excitement comes the added pressure of being the host, and they, you know, want to make sure that they have a good showing in this Asia Cup and try and even advance to where they were in the last Asia Cup with that 6th finish.
So tip off in the second quarter, Australia 31 leading the Philippines 14 here in Shenzhen in China for the 2025 FIBA Women's Asia Cup. Australia got off to a 12-0 start. Philippines got a bit of scoring going, but the Opals have reigned supreme so far. As Laurie mentioned, their defense has turned into good offense. They really trouble the Philippines with their mismatch.
Every single player for Australia hit the court in that first term.
So just rattles out. De Jesus. Tried to find a way through this suffocating defense. Eventually finds Serrano in the corner. Shot clock down to single digits. Animam up against George. It's no easy task. She's still fighting her way through. Jack Animam. George collects the rebound. Tough defense. Animam was there for ages trying to get a shot to go down. Soa scoops it in, easy as you like. So Australia picking up right where they left off in this second period. Philippines trying to find a way through. De Jesus up against Reed. Animam. Bazar. Bazar. Good shot choice, just didn't drop. Reed now. What can the Aussies produce? Woods. Scoops it to George. Doesn't quite get the connection on the shot. Sugapong, one of the youngsters in this Philippines team, just 19 years old, doesn't get the shot to go. Reed with eyes up ahead, as always, and Soa obliges from the three-point line.
You feel like it's automatic when she gets that ball there and is just ready to quickly shoot it.
She's raced up to be the top scorer on the floor with 10 points, 4 from 5 from the field. Subs from both teams now. Borlase makes her way onto the floor, as does Panganiban. Sugapong and Woods will take a rest.
There must have been a violation on the end line. It's now the Opals ball.
I think the referees are just going to confirm it. 36-14 at the moment. We might see if we can zone in here. As the two teams huddle. See what they're thinking.
Continue, please. Continue. Still up. Yeah, go. Still. Okay, this camera. We can check for this time, right? Okay, please continue. Okay, 49. 49, huh? After the review, the game clocks 7:49. Okay, there is stop. Time 49, okay, 7:49. Time. There is stop, Stephen. Stop. Okay, 1 second more. 1 second more. Done? Yeah, 14 seconds.
We got the clock right. It was an unfortunate error.
Yes.
Sugapong there. Those little things that add up if you do it too frequently. Not often you see that in a game. Reed to Borlase to Bourne now. De Jesus. She's desperate to provide the spark for this Philippines team. She has on so many occasions previously. Animam to Panganiban. Ozar to De Jesus. Gets caught up, finds Pastrana though. And again, Australia too strong. George can't make the finish. Panganiban off and running again. A few rush shots here for both teams. Steph Reed. Came off a great season in Hungary. Borlase battled her way through and she'll get to the free throw line. That's what we know she does best. See here, so many hands in her face, Borlase, and she'll head to the free throw line. Blitzar's back onto the floor for Australia, as is Akuzo.
I feel like Borlase has been around for a long time. You know, she made her Olympic debut in Paris, and here she is at her Asia Cup, and she's 20 years old. So she's got a huge, huge future ahead of her, Izzy Borlase.
We know she got drafted to the WNBA as well. She's remaining in Australia, trying to perfect her craft. Panganiban. She's been really active so far, but just hasn't got the desired results. Borlase tries to find Akuzo, but great hands there by Ozar, the smaller player. Backed herself in. And now Pastrana has an opportunity here for the Philippines. Ozar, active once again. Panganiban confronted,
wow,
but lets it go. What a tough shot.
Really great shot by Panganiban, and just finishing that pull-up jump shot. Good decision making.
First points of the second term for the Philippines. It's a 20-point lead for Australia. Blitz ups. Panganiban, ooh. Cops a big hit there. She's putting her body on the line for her team, the 19-year-old. One of two teenagers in this team, Panganiban and Sugapong, both 19 years old, getting to represent their country on the big stage.
Such great experience for them to be participating in this Asia Cup, and could not just participate, but you know, playing a big role in it.
Here she is running the point. De Jesus, Fowler, back out there for Australia. Akuzo too strong there. Offensive foul. And again, Paul Goris turning to his bench. Abby Ellis replaces Steph Reed.
Well, as a coaching staff, they would be, this is a new team for them, having not played together a lot. So they're going to be looking at combinations that play well, the rotations with the subs, all those things that you need to have in place by the time the end of the pointy end of the tournament.
Anibal. Akuzo wins out that time. Flying up the floor. Fowler keeps it in. Akuzo bodies Anibal. Doesn't get the finish. Jack Anibal's had to fight her way through. A lot of contact in this game already. Pastrana tries to step back. Borlase. Ellis. Back to Izzy Borlase. Strong boards from Blitzarves. Makes the basket. 4 points for her in the game. De Jesus. Shows and goes, Vanessa De Jesus.
Really great finish by De Jesus. She just persisted with her drive, getting her feet in the paint downhill. Oh, but what a nice backdoor cut to follow up by Izzy Borlace.
Both teams putting on a bit of a show. Although it's Australia with the big lead at the moment. Blitzar's another rebound. Uses her pace, goes coast to coast.
She would feel so good being out there after being sidelined with that injury, as you mentioned, that back injury that required surgery. And she is just feeling so much better.
De Jesus, she's having a fine start to this game. She just needs her team to come with her. Animan still can't get the scoring going.
Animan's doing all the right things, she's just not finishing.
Blitzar's double teed, it doesn't matter! Sarah Blitzar's, that is tough!
Well, it's good to see one player that is rewarded for the hard work. So she ran the floor really well. She positioned her body, she just didn't give up on it. Double teamed, eyes up. Strong finish, forces a timeout to be called.
44 leads 18. Patrick Aquino's got a bit of thinking to do in this timeout. De Jesus has provided a nice spark, but they need a bit more firepower. Let's see what he's got to say.
On 1891 up on your screen, you can scan the QR code for all the latest streams and news to keep up to date with the world of international basketball. Patrick Aquino with a few words in that timeout to try and rev his team up.
Down 44 to 18 at the moment. Free throws to come, or free throw to come for Sarah Blitzar's. Made the tough basket just before the timeout. And there's one more to come. So the shot goes down. Phoebe back out there as well.
See a full court press, full court zone press by Australia, just showing something different.
Manganiban gets confronted by Akuzo. Pastrana steps into the shot and makes it. How sweet was that?
That's one way to break a press, break a zone, is to have a long-range three like that.
Great recognition with the shot clock ticking down. Blitzarves gets it to Akuzo. She's having a bit of trouble at the offensive end too.
It's a good battle between the two girls, the two big players.
Paganiban, she's showing what she's made of. 8 points for her in this game. Hard to believe she's just 19 years old. Borlace, hard to believe she's just 20 years old.
Wow,
Moves like that.
A real miscommunication on defense. I don't know whether they were going to switch or show, but they did neither, and she found a wide open lane to the basket.
Paganiban, fall short. Bibi. Gets her own rebound, and another and one to come. She's just too strong out there.
Well, she is certainly taking advantage of the mismatches out there. She got in her position and she just demanded the ball. And she didn't give up on it. You can see here, offensive rebound and then going up strongly is rewarded with the finish and the and one.
11 points for Sarah Blitzarves tonight, 5 from 7 from 2-point range. She makes the and one. Australia reached the half century. Patrick Akito is going to lead out his bench for this last 1 minute and 43 seconds of the opening half. Philippines have endured a 19-9 run this quarter. Going to try something different. Try and claw this margin back. De La Rosa. Sugapong. Fajardo. Through the legs of Blitzarves, that was clever. Serrana, it just goes down.
That might make the highlight reel, that little pass. If you can't get it by her because Sarah's got such long arms, go through the legs.
Here is Blitzarves. Borlase. Board tries to find Blitzarves, who's got the hot hand at the moment. That time just fell short. Sugapong now. Let's see what she can produce. Pagdulagan on for her first minutes. Immediately driving. Australia ball. 25-point lead.
Well, they're trying all sorts of different things, the Philippines, just to score. They're looking at a three-point shot. They're looking at some pull-ups. They're looking at driving it all the way, like we just saw that last effort. But Australia's just their height and their defensive intensity is just overwhelming right now.
So a timeout called by Paul Goris, a 25-point lead. Let's hear what he has to say.
Tabby, you're here. Always. Bibby is Sarah. Pitch it ahead, okay? It's either pitch ahead or if there's pressure, ball screen. We're in pistol action, okay? Ball ace. This is you here, Bibby. So pitch it, ball ace. If not, then Bibby, you're flaring. Go corner ball screen. As you come off it, stretch it. Look for the throwback pass. If not, get it back to here, second side. Hard cut, smash screen, and we're on the rim. Yep, here we go.
So Paul Goris is using this opportunity, not because it's a close game and he needs to, but it's always a great teaching opportunity. So call this timeout, use your timeout, run a play, set it up, see if your players can execute it, and you want to have a look at that. You want to have a look at see who actually does what you've asked them to do.
So 39 seconds left in this opening half. Australia have been the dominant team so far. Ellis kicks it out to Bibby in the corner, and that is a perfectly run play in my books.
Well, there you go. Nothing better than drawing up a play and having it executed to perfection. Chloe Bibby, we know how dangerous she is in that pick and pop situation to the corner.
Sugapong now. See what the Philippines can do. Shoved into the shot, she couldn't make it go. Single digits left on the game clock. Borlase couldn't get it to go. Bibby, can she find a hand? Ellis, known for making tough threes in time pressure. This time doesn't get it to go, but what a start from Australia. A big lead over the Philippines heading into half time. And at the end of the second quarter, it is Australia 53, leading the Philippines 25. So Australia picked up where they left off in the first term. Got off to an excellent start. And their stats are still excellent, Laurie.
Well, they are. They're really a mixture of shooting some threes. You know, they've taken 12, made 5, which is a good percentage. But they're also looking inside. We saw earlier 30 points in the paint. So they are taking advantage of their height. And the rebound shows that as well, 29-12. The top scorers from each team. Blitzarves with 12, Soa with 10, and Bibby with 7.
And then for the Philippines, how about the work of Panganiban? 8 points, the leading scorer at 19 years old. De Jesus with 7. And then Pastrana with the 3 points after hitting that big triple under time pressure. They've had some moments, the Philippines, but Australia, just every area, it's hard because there's such a big mismatch. There's a bit of a difference in physicality. They're really flexing their muscles all over the floor, Laurie.
Well, they are at both ends of the court. What they do offensively, their ball and player movement is really strong right now. But defensively is where I'm so impressed. They're making everything difficult for the Philippines. Every basket the Philippines scored, they've had to work hard for. We can see De Jesus going to the basket and finishing. And you mentioned Panganiban. You know, she's done a great job of her pull-up jump shots, but it hasn't been easy, and full credit to the defense by the Australian team, just how difficult they are making life for them.
That was a good shot there from Pastrana. They've tried the Philippines. It hasn't been without effort. They've just been outrun, out-hustled at the moment by Australia, and shots like that have been falling for the Opals throughout the game. Chloe Bibby comes in clutch from the corner. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. After this, plenty more FIBA Women's Asia Cup action on the other side.
This isn't a moment. It's a time unlike any before.
It's not a request, not a maybe, not a someday.
This is now. Feel our presence, built on strength
and drive. Not rising, we are arriving. Not hoping, but owning.
This isn't a moment, it's movement. Constant, relentless.
Every cut, every pass, every shot.
Earned. Taken.
Undeniable.
The future, it's already here.
Forged in sweat, ruled by queens. When we move, the whole game shifts.
And we're unstoppable in all directions. We own the game.
This is it for Korea. They need to go. They need to go now. Lee has been great all game. Now breaks it in. Scores level. Oh my word. What is this game?
Oh, and Tamilo, who's chasing it down. The 18-year-old gives it up. Should be an easy 2. Gives it back.
Nice play by New Zealand.
And Tamilo will be thinking, what's hard about this? Why were my teammates struggling so much? Comes out, just blocks it and runs and gets the 2. Kang again, puts it on the floor, attacks the space, goes upstairs to Park.
That's that pass you talk about with a big, get it up in the air, let her bring it in.
10 seconds left now, or just under 10 seconds now for Lebanon. Harkle just puts up a prayer. Oh my goodness! Rebecca Harkle points to her head. It's all about mindset here for Lebanon. They are right in this game.
Knocks down the 3, no timeout taken. They didn't have one, they did have one, they didn't take it. Akal off the glass, gets it to go. Akal goes coast to coast, makes the winning 2. And the Lebanon are an A-division team in women's Asia basket. Again, they challenge you on every possession. Beck falls, and that's going to be on a highlight. Super move, got her on the back foot, pulled up, pulled the trigger.
Good defense from the Australian captain. Hard shoe. Finishing touches on the buzzer. What a play from China. They grabbed the lead right on the halftime buzzer. It was well prepared.
Again, Wu Yong does a job on the glass. Super pass, extra. Moon Lee attacks it down the middle. Foul line jump shot is good.
Wow. This is such amazing basketball because that was good rotation by Japan. They had 1, 2, 3, and Lee Mong was still able to get a shot off.
Great pass. Oh!
Came from nowhere, Mawali.
That's
she's going to finish the play. Goes up strong, gets blocked from behind. Now she stays with the play.
Ron Lee puts the Jets on. Oh, how did she do that? Ron Lee just parted the seas.
There's your highlight. That's just a super duper move.
That is unbelievable. These guys will be legends in their own countries, but also in the international basketball world.
Welcome back to Shenzhen, where it's Australia leading the Philippines by 28 points at halftime. The top scorer for the Philippines, though, at the moment is Naomi Pangariban. 8 points, 4 from 6 from two-point range. How great is it to see one of the youngest players on this team leading the scoring at halftime, Laurie?
Well, it's just great to see her not taking a backward step. So she's backing herself in what she can do out there, her skill level. And we're talking against the #2 team in the world. So she's really been impressive in how she's gone about playing in that first half.
Switching our focus to Australia's top scorer now, who is Sarah Blitzars with 12 points, 2 from 2 from free throw, 5 from 8 from two-point range. And you wouldn't even know she's been sidelined with a long-term injury. She just looks like she's been playing for ages. She looks so comfortable out there. And it's great to see her play that free-flowing basketball we've come to know with Sarah Blitzars.
Well, as we can see there, coast to coast, so she's not only rebounding, she's dribbling the ball up the floor and finishing, but I like her inside presence. She's so strong. She demands the ball. She's running hard. You can see her posting up here, the action. I mean, she's really taking advantage of mismatches out on the floor, and to her credit, she's finishing when there's 2 or 3 people around her.
That's Exhibit A there, isn't it?
Exactly, and as you said, she looks like she's comfortable playing. She feels free that she's playing now, and it's so good to see.
So the second half coming up soon. Australia up against the Philippines. Earlier on, in the first game of the FIBA Women's Asia Cup, we saw Japan defeat Lebanon by 4 points. That was a really close encounter. We've obviously got the second half of this one coming up, and then the last game for tonight, China up against Indonesia. So that would be a really great game to end what's been a really positive opening day so far in the FIBA Women's Asia Cup.
Well, we certainly expect it to be an exciting game, as this wonderful stadium that we're in, the Shenzhen Sports Stadium, supposedly is sold out for tonight's game, and we know how passionate the Chinese supporters are. So, and you know, it's filling up quickly for this game as well, so it's really good to see.
Well, the team's starting to make their way back out of the halftime huddles, and Paul Goris, who's filling in for Sandy Bordello at the moment, overseas commitments, he'd be pretty happy with his side start. You mentioned, Laurie, it's not just their offensive power, they've been doing really well defensively too.
Well, I like how they embrace their defensive principles, so that you can see whenever there's an on-ball situation, say Anaman setting a screen for De Jesus, they're really active in that on-ball situation. So a really hard show and getting back. The guards are trying hard to fight through. You can hear their voices saying when they should go under. They're active with their hands. So, you know, that's a trademark of the Opals. It has been for many, many years, is their defense. And so when a team comes together that's relatively new, like they are with having played together, if you can get your defensive principles down pat first, then whatever happens offensively, you know, you'll find your groove there. But if you can lock teams down defensively, like the Opals did with the Philippines in that first half, that's what you want to do. And so I'm sure Coach Paul Goris would be really happy with the way they've embraced the defensive principles.
And everyone's had their moment for Australia. I mean, we did talk about Sarah Blitzars as the leading scorer, but we just saw Abby Ellis. She's had 0 points, but she's had the 5 assists already in this game. So she's really playing her role super well. Mila Sowa's had the 10 points too. So everyone's getting a run. Everyone's having their moments. And that's what you want in a team. You want that depth because, as you know, in tournament basketball, you need all your players stepping up because they have got tough games coming up against Lebanon and then Japan.
Well, 9 players have scored out of the 11. Alex Wilson hasn't suited up for tonight's game, so there's 11 players, 9 of them. They've all hit the court. 9 of them have scored, so they're really sharing the load, looking for each other, getting used to what each other's strengths are out there as well, which is what the coaching staff, very experienced coaching staff, will be looking for.
Of course, Paul Goris joined by Cheryl Chambers and Christy Harrower on the bench, so great to see some female assistant coaches out there for Australia too. It's a great game, not just for the players, but also great recognition for the coaches out there to get opportunities like this to represent their country too.
Well, we see a familiar face on the bench as well in Tess Madgen.
Absolutely.
The recent captain, recent retired Australian captain, who is now part of the Opals team as, you know, she's starting her coaching journey and some other things. So it's fantastic to see them back involved. And of course, we know Christy Harrower was a legend point guard with the Opals as well. And she's now taking on a coaching role with the Opals. So it's really good to see.
So we welcome the Philippines back out onto the floor. Not the start they would have wanted to this game. Obviously, the 12-0 run is never going to be easy to come back from. They've tried to get little runs going here and there, but they have struggled. It is a pretty big Australian lineup, and as you can see, Panganiban, she's leading all comers. 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. So turning to a 19-year-old when you're down is pretty awesome for her. I mean, to step up when her team needs her, but she needs her teammates to come with her. She really does.
One of the stats that I was interested in looking at halftime is they haven't gone to the foul line yet. So that's to be indicative of the defense that the Opals are playing. They're playing smart, they're not reaching, they're using their height just to stand straight up and force the Philippines to shoot over. And there's just not a driving lane all the way to the basket. And that's why I was talking about the pull-up jump shots are a good option for them, because when they do get it inside, I mean, we saw a couple of really good blocks out there from the Opals and making life really difficult. Having said that, the Philippines, we know, will continue to fight. I'm sure they've talked about at halftime the things that they want to come out and do this second half. Yes, this will be really tough to pull in this margin, but they've got other games ahead that'll be equally as important and winnable. So they want to make sure they're still getting something out of this second half, whether that's defensively or offensively. Whatever the Coach Patrick Aquino wants them to do, they need to be able to execute it under pressure of the Opals.
When you talked about the stat you were interested in, the stat that I was interested in was Animam has gone 0 from 8 field goal range. So she's had a lot of good looks. She's found it really tough. She's got Akuzo and George to contend with at times. It's really tough out there for her.
Well, a couple of them I think she would be disappointed in missing. I think they were makeable baskets. Others, you know, I think it's good defense. It's a great battle between the bigs out there. It's physical, it's strong. Nothing's easy for either, you know, any of the bigs at either end of the court. It's great to see that battle.
You can scan the QR code on your screen to get the Courtside 1891 app, where you can watch live streams, extended highlights, and stay up to date with the world of international basketball. So the second half coming up shortly. Australia have opened up a 28-point lead over the Philippines. They led by 17 at the end of the first term. Obviously the Philippines making their way out onto the floor for the second half of this game. See what they can respond with out of the halftime huddle. Both teams getting ready to go once again. Welcome back to Shenzhen in China for the second half between the Philippines and Australia. It's Australia 53, leading the Philippines 25. Julia Montesano and Laurie Chiswick are with you in commentary for this game. We thank you for your company. As the Opals look to pick up where they left off just before half-time. Soa, 3. Wow. That's where she left off.
The Philippines did a really good job there, forcing that shot at the end, but the Aussies were just that bit better where they had a great inside penetration of presence, but then a nice kick outside to the wide open Soa.
George to Reed. Back to Soa. Scoops it out to George from the corner. Followed her own shot. Fowler was there. Putback was good.
Really good positioning by Alex Fowler. When that shot went up, she was positioning herself so that if there was a miss, as there was, that she could get those old boards and a putback.
De Jesus. Ozar. Sarada.
Good shot
choice, yeah.
Good shot choice. Well, good movement off the ball, right positioning.
George tries to scoop it in on the reverse. There was a foul with the rebound. Australia will get it back. 58 plays 25. Let's see, Woods there and Panganiban getting caught up. Reed to Fowler, finishes it off.
Really good execution and reading what the defense is giving them. Who's switching, who's going to who. And those are the sort of turnovers that the Philippines can't afford. They need to take care of the ball and at least get a look at the basket every time down the floor if they want any hope of making a dent in this large margin.
Reed puts the Jets on, finds a way through, just too hot on the backboard. It allows Ozar to go. Sarada, back to Lulu Ozar. De Jesus. Steps around the defense and makes the shot.
Good poise by De Jesus, coming off that screen, looking for her options, judging what Kayla George was doing at that stage, whether she was dropping, whether she was going to switch onto her. Speaking of Kayla George, nice dive to the basket and finish.
Australia captain doing what she does best. Panganiban. Trying to get around Kayla George. It's no easy task. Soa was there to help. Fowler off and running. Woods, the open three, makes it!
And that's what the Australians need to continue to do. They need to be able to knock it down from the three-point line. If teams are going to, you know, they push the ball, they've got the feet in the paint. Courtney Woods was wide open, and you've got to be able to nail those wide open looks.
Azar, speaking of open looks.
That was a nice curl cut by Azar and a really strong finish.
Woods, this time Reed finds the open Fowler. Great find by Steph Reed.
Well, she had a good shot herself, and then she saw Fowler that had a great shot. And it was just a great pass, a great assist.
Azar to De Jesus. To Panganiban. Trying to step around Reed. Again, the physicality from the Opals.
How good is it to see the young Panganiban just going toe-to-toe with Steph Reed, the experienced campaigner.
Great pass from her on the offensive end too. So subs for both teams here. It'll be a Philippines ball from the sideline. Reed with her second foul. She's serrating out there. Jesus. Sugapong.
Oh, it was the right idea. Nice little flare screen. Good action.
Oh, but look at the pass and the finish from Bibi. Bigs working together, and Bibi gets her 9th point of the game. Australia out to a 40-point lead. There's a great rebound from Arnie Bell. Can she get her first shot to go? Akuzo again, too strong. Woods to Bibi. Kuzo just fell off her foot. Sugapong. So a couple of feet getting in the way in those two plays. Abby Ellis is going to come back out there for the Opals.
Ooh, that was a hard fall.
Yeah. Steph Reed will come to the bench. Reed with the 5 points, 6 assists in this game. Woods, Ellis, back to Woods, now Bibi. Bourlaise, corner 3. Bibi offensive rebound. Kuzo somehow gets it back, wants to feed Bibi, and then the Philippines win a great battle there. Let's see what they can do on the offensive end here. Down by 40. Sugapong backs out. And then Woods swats it away. Bibi running up ahead. Easy as you like. Back-to-back baskets for Chloe Bibi. 9th fast break point for Australia. Pastrana couldn't make the tough shot. Bourlaise, can she go coast to coast? Gets confronted by Anibab. Will head to the charity stripe. Anibab having a super tough night out there.
She is, and unfortunately they need her to be more of a presence and point scoring for them than she's been able to generate tonight. And, you know, I give her full credit to that she's making the position, but it's just dominant against George and Akuzo and the way they're able to defend her.
So Patrick Aquino has had to call a timeout. Australia have continued their scoring run. We'll head in very shortly to see what he has to say to his players.
You gotta create some movement, you gotta create, and if somebody helps, you gotta make that pass. Clear? You gotta swing that ball from one side to the other side. Again, on the run right here, corner guy, hand off, big guy here. If you gotta ghost this so that we can attack that one. Same on this side. Two big guy coming up here. You could do hand off. Tumatak mo. Okay. Here. Okay. Go look for Jake. Come on, guys. Play defense. Okay? Let's have 2-3 on this. 2-3. Come on, go. 1, 2, 3.
I liked how Patrick Aquino stays positive, and you have to. What else can you do in a situation like this? So he gave really explicit instructions in what he wanted them to do offensively, and then defensively to keep playing and keep battling hard. But you just want to keep so that they are getting better at some things, some aspects of the game as it goes along.
Bourlaise misses the first free throw. 6 points for her in this game. But she makes her first free throw of the night.
And you can see, as often happens in a timeout, the defending team comes out something different. We can see the Australian team in a 2-3 zone, trying to mix it up a little bit.
Castillo has to go for the long range triple and knocks it down.
That was right in front of where we are, Julia. And from the moment it left her hand, it looked good.
A lot hasn't been going their way tonight, but the long-range threes, I tell you, we had Pastrana hit one earlier on in the opening half, and then that one there from Castillo. Although Bledsoe responds straight away with the corner 3.
Well, again, the Philippines threw a zone at Australia, and it was good inside-out movement.
Pastrana, can she go for another one? Not this time. Boulays couldn't quite handle it. Good job from the Philippines getting back there. Sugapong to Pastrana. Castillo. Back to Kent Pastrana. That's a good make. The shot choices, I think, have improved overall in this third period from the Philippines. Still hasn't gone their way because Chloe Bibby is doing things like that. Beautiful drive.
It was just an explosive first step by that first line of defense of the zone, and then it was just clear sailing to the basket.
See what the Philippines are trying to do. Attempting a few more threes. Akuzo, Bibby. Akuzo with the rebound. Chucks it back out in the end to Boulays. Ellis with the quick step. Deserves to go to the free throw line.
A lot of credit can be given to Akuzo right now, where she's presenting inside against this smaller zone. And instead of forcing it up herself, she's collapsing the defense and then just, with really good presence, passing it out to her open shooters and then repositioning herself for an offensive rebound. So she's done a lot of hard work in there, and credit to her.
It's the first time in this game we're seeing George and Akuzo both off the floor. So again, Paul Gorrith's trying some different combinations. Izzy Bourne out there for Australia. Abby Ellis goes 2 from 2 at the line. And now the Philippines will make a sub. Pagdulagan coming onto the floor for Villanueva. Delarosa also out there. Ellis, great steal. And again, she'll go to the free throw line. She hasn't had many easy opportunities tonight.
Well, what a great job when you say a great steal. She did that by trying to fight over that screen. You can see in the vision there, and she was able to force a turnover. Takes it hard to the basket, got fouled, crunched on the end line.
She's back up at the free throw line. Abby Ellis. Of course, a Purdue graduate. She was the breakout player of the year in the Australian League last year. And Australia are going to get it back here. 81 plays 34. 2 minutes left in the third.
And that's the sort of mistakes that a young team can make.
Blitzarves hustling hard up against 3 Philippines players. And the referees have decided it'll be a Philippines ball. This time off an Australian foot. Sugapong with point guard duties. Tell you, rotating through 2 19-year-olds as your point guards is quite awesome for the future of your team. Pastrana banks it in!
I'm not sure if she called that as a left her hand, but regardless, great three-point shot.
Banks open on a Sunday. Cool. Boulays, she gets it on the action. Some good shots here in this little patch. '84 plays 37. A minute 19 left in the third.
Well, Australia shooting the 3 ball at 47%, 19 from 19. So that's a good clip, and they want to make sure that they continue that for the rest of the game.
And even the tournament, we know they've got to come up against Japan, and we saw them earlier today, and they lit it up from 3-point range after they struggled a bit early. We know how much Japan love a 3-point shot. Serves and Bourne couldn't connect there.
Well, it's really important for the Opals right now to, with this large margin, and it is a challenge, is to not lose focus. So you want to make sure every single player on the court, every single time there's a sub made, nothing changes, and you keep that intensity. It's tough.
De La Rosa. Bourne. Split serves now. 40 seconds left to Bibi. That's better from the Philippines. Pagdulagan. Looking for an option. Pastrana is that option. Driving. Can't bank it in. Shot clock off. Australia get the last shot here and continue their dominance here in Shenzhen. A no-look pass from Abby Alice. Wow. Count the points. Bourne's got one.
Really good pass, because what they've been doing the last few times is to kick it to the lifting player on the opposite side. She looked like she was going to do that and then passed it straight into Bourne. Excellent by Abby Ellis.
Bourne converts the and one opportunity. What a way to finish the third term from Australia. Can they prevent a Philippine shot here? Yes. Oh! I don't think we'll count that. But good attempt there from Sugapong. Equally good defense there from Ellis. And Australia have opened up a big lead at the end of the third quarter. Australia 87, leading the Philippines 37. So another dominant quarter from the Opals. Everyone's contributed in their own ways. Still shooting at an excellent clip, Laurie. Philippines have had a bit of better shot choices in that third term, and it's seen their percentages up a little bit, but they're still finding it a bit tough out there.
Well, and that's what you want at this stage of the game. As I mentioned before, you know, you're not going to bring this margin, you're not going to challenge for a win or anything right now, but if they are making better shot choices and they're just not dropping, that's a tick. You know, we saw still some excellent plays from some of their younger players, and so those are the things that you have to, when it's a margin like this, you have to sort of smile, and hopefully that's a good result for your team. But the Opals have just been, other than the last few minutes when there was probably just a little bit of a drop-off in maybe their focus. And as I said, that's a challenge for a team when you're up by this margin, a 50-point margin, to be able to still do all the little things really well. And that'll be their challenge for the last quarter of this game.
What an end to that third term with the no-look pass from Abby Ellis. Wow. So last time these two teams met, Australia won by 71 in 2023. Right now it's a 50-point margin, so they'll be hoping to better that and show their improvement. But the Philippines, they'll be hoping to show their improvement equally as well. You can scan the QR code on your screen to get the Courtside 1891 app, where you can watch live streams, extended highlights, and stay up to date with the world of international basketball. Both teams making their way back out onto the floor. Australia up by 50.
You can see that some of the bench players are getting some valuable minutes. Players like Anaman and De Jesus are resting Ozar.
Pastrana hasn't shied away from a tough shot, Kent Pastrana. Hopefully they'll begin to drop at some stage. Haven't seen Sowar in a while. She gets back out onto the floor. Reed has an open look for three. Philippines ball. Too many Australia players eager for that rebound.
Well, you could just see the Australians' arms up in the air over the Philippines, and you know, again, it's good for the Australians to see that they're crashing the boards. But a nice break here. Courtney Woods going strong. Nice pass by Steph Reed and a good finish.
And again, Reed. She's running hard at the moment. end-to-end running.
But that's what you want to see, because they go so deep, the Australian team, that subs can happen a lot. We can see everybody's playing a lot of, minutes and spreading it around. So every time you're on the court, you want to make sure you are going at top pace. They want to, the Opals want to play with pace. They want to play with pace and a bit more of a free throwing style of game. They're learning this. This is a new style from Sandy Brondello, which Coach Paul Morris is embracing here at this tournament. And, so every time you're on the court, you want to be making sure you're playing with the utmost intensity.
De La Rosa. Castillo. And swatted away, taken away, I should say, by Bourne. George, right spot, putback's good. They just look like they're having fun out there. A lot of smiles, which is good to see.
Well, good to see if you're the Australian team.
Yeah.
Not so much the Philippines, but they've got to hold their heads high. They've got to finish this game off. They've got to keep producing some things. We see their two stars come back into the game in Anaman and De Jesus.
Fajardo and Ozar also joining them out there.
So it'll be interesting to see how these players, along with Panganiban, finish off this game, and whether they can sort of try and get something out of it, even though there's this massive scoreline.
Philippines face Japan tomorrow, and then they've got Lebanon on Wednesday. Ozar dumps it to Fajardo. We'd like to look at the pass, but just too many Australian bodies in the way. And unfortunately, Fajardo travelled on that occasion. That really showed the height difference there. See the bench points. Australia 48, the Philippines just 10.
And that's what we talked about, the depth of the Australian team.
Panganiban off and running. And then Sowa stops her in her tracks. Fajardo. Great rebound from George. Reed kicks ahead to Sowa. Finds some space and gets the bucket to go. Australia nearing triple figures. Philippines looking to avoid a huge loss. It's not going their way though. Sowa now. Waits for George to get back. He finds Reed. George takes a shot from long range. Woods somehow collected the rebound. Even she didn't quite believe that went through. So a 10-0 run to open up the fourth term for Australia. A lot of tired bodies out there for the Philippines. 97 plays 37. Panganiban. Guarded by Kayla George. Good confidence to put up the shot. George couldn't keep it in bounds. So a timeout on the floor. 97 plays 37. 6 minutes 15 left in the fourth period. A 10-0 run in the fourth term for Australia. So naturally Patrick Aquino has a bit of a chat to his players, and you want to finish the game well, you want to try and win a quarter, and that's probably not the start they would have wanted.
Well, no, it isn't, and so he'll be talking about that now, of what they want to get out of this last 6 minutes. So we might see them come out of a zone and try and just pack it in and take away some inside presence. Having said that, Australia are doing a great job of passing it and getting it high in the air to the extra height that the Australians have, and finishing, or Kuzo, I thought, did a great job of getting it inside, and if the defense collapsed, kicking it outside. So he'll be talking about just how to attack, or how to go about these last 6 minutes, and how they can get something out of it. And so, he's got his his stars on the court right now, and so they need to be continuing to work together, and we'll see what they can come up with in the last 6 minutes.
There's Tess Madgen on the bench there, as you mentioned, Laurie. Great to recognize their former captain. So they're getting ready to resume the fourth quarter here in Shenzhen. It's Australia out to a massive 97-37 lead. Earlier on, we saw Japan beat Lebanon by 4 points. And China and Indonesia round out the third game of the 2025 FIBA Women's Asia Cup opening day.
So these are, if you can believe this, the first free throws that the Philippines are shooting in this game.
And is this the first point for Jack Animam? Another surprising thing as well. Not often we see her have a scoring drought like this.
And it continues.
Just can't get it going tonight. Reed now for Australia. To George Sasoa. They go cross court and Izzy Board converts.
Kayla George is an elite passer. When she gets that ball, she just knows where her open teammates are. The players are moving well, and she can connect with that.
Here she is now back with the ball in hand. Her team up to triple figures now. Okay, it's come off the foot a few times in this game. I don't know if it's just me. 100 plays 37.
Every single player that has stepped on the court for the Australian team have scored. That just shows the style that they're playing, and they're just looking for each other and what's the best shot.
Again, off and running. So gets it to go. Philippines yet to score in this fourth term. What can Animam do? She hasn't scored all game. Finally gets one to go. Good reward.
The 4:44 mark. She gets her first points.
Kuzo, Bourne, Soa, 3. Not good this time. Fajardo has her eyes up ahead. De Jesus, Ozar. Kuzo swats it away. Bourne takes the rebound. Soa steps in once again. She'll head to the line.
The Opals are continuing to do a good job of mixing up their shot selection. So Soa probably could have shot that from the three-point line. She's made a few of them already, but instead she did a nice baseline drive, finds herself at the line. So they've mixed up whether they're not just shooting their threes, they're really moving the ball, players are moving, and they're taking different shots.
She's had quite a busy schedule of late, Mila Soa. She's come back from Mongolia, where she represented the Australian 3x3 team. Now here in Shenzhen, doing a great job at the moment. The 19th point for the game. She's leading all scorers. She takes a well-deserved rest. Ellis guarding De Jesus. Pastrana. De La Rosa. Akuzo once again. A rebounding machine at the moment. Good read there by Oza. Fowler tried to be clever. I think it paid off.
Yeah,
it
smart
did.
play.
It did pay off.
Ball bounced against Philippines player.
Ellis to Fowler. Can't get rewarded offensively. De Jesus off and running. Australia get it back once again. De Jesus, the Philippines' leading scorer with 9 points. No surprises there. Ellis, 7 assists to go with her 4 points. Blitzar's dishes to Fowler. Beautiful work from the bigs.
That's a great connection between those two.
Strana to De Jesus to Ozar. De La Rosa couldn't quite collect it. And the defenses continue to stand up for Australia. You think they drop off a bit, but they've continued to really disrupt the Philippines each time they go up to their end.
Well, you can hear them talking. They've been really vocal, the Australian team. They've been talking up their switches. They've been talking, pointing to players. And that's really helpful, again, when you're a group that's just trying to get together. And you know, that's such a strong point.
Another no-look pass from Ellis. Another 3 from Chloe Bibby. Champagne basketball from the Aussies. Ozar gets it back to Pastrana, and just the little, they do so much right in the lead up the Philippines, I feel. It's just the little end bits that they probably need a bit of polish.
Well, but again, you've got to give credit to the Australian team. I think they're just under relentless pressure with the defense that the Opals have played in tonight's game.
70-point lead for the Opals. Ellis gets rewarded with a basket. She's fed so many of her teammates tonight. De Jesus. Just a tired pass there. Ellis off and running. So too Blitzarves. Another basket for the Aussies. De Jesus now. What can she produce? 1:30 left for the Philippines. Can they end the game on a high note at least? They take on Japan tomorrow, then they face off against Lebanon on Wednesday. So it doesn't get any easier for them. Of course, they host the next edition of the Asia Cup in 2027. Ellis now. Again, another great finish on the reverse from Abby Ellis. She's feeling it right now. A timeout called on the floor. 115 plays 39, and you just saw the assist stat come up very briefly, Laurie. 36 assists to 7. Ellis and Reed in particular have been dominating in that stat, and it's good to see Ellis get some scoring reward as well.
Yes, she's been dishing it off left, right, and center to her teammates, so she's continued to play hard and now has scored some of her own. But I think the overall play by the Australian team, just their teamwork, which is demonstrated by the number of assists, that they're just looking for each other and who's got a great shot and who's the next open player. Their movement has been really good as far as ball and player movement, and they're just finding easy ways to score against, you know, such a undersized Philippines team.
They look pretty tired out there too. It's been a 28-2 run by the Australians in this 4th term, and we still have just over a minute to play out, so they could pile on even more pressure. Of course, for the Australians, up next they play Lebanon tomorrow, and then they've got Japan on Tuesday, so that rivalry continues to blossom right in front of our eyes in the Asia Cup. Both teams making their way back out onto the floor. Australia with a big lead, 115-39. Abby Ellis remaining out there. Came in as a late addition with the injury of Maddie Rochi. And she hasn't taken a step back at all. Animam tries to burrow her way through.
But we haven't seen enough of that from Animan all game. We've certainly seen that from Sarah Blitzovs, where she's finished many times, but Animan needs to be more aggressive. She has to have that mindset where, you know, and it's tough though, because they've been throwing player after player on her.
That looks better from the Philippines. A few more passes.
Well, it was a great movement, receiver spot movement off the ball, cutting baseline there. And again, now second time they've been to the free throw line.
Telerosa. Yet to hit a free throw. The Philippines for their limited time at the stripe. And still a drought from there. Estrada loves to take the long three. Fall short this time. Under a minute left now. What have the Opals got left in their bag of tricks? Ellis to Bibi. Circles around. Bit too hot. Fowler's there. Who hands it off to Blitzovs. Animam this time with the rebound. 30 seconds left in the game. A double-double confirmed for Chloe Bibi. 16 points and 10 rebounds. A great performance by her. The only Opal from the 2023 Asia Cup edition. Making her mark in 2025. Estrada gets blocked by one of the shortest Australians on the court, and Alice Blitzovs happy to dribble it out. It's a big win for the Australian Opals to begin their 2025 FIBA Women's Asia Cup campaign. Final score here from Shenzhen is Australia 115, defeating the Philippines 39.